Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How you all doing? Hope you all are doing good. This is Elizabeth here and this is Listech. So all those that have viewed my previous video, which is the introductory video, thank you so much. Thank you for the views. And those that are yet to view, please do well to view. Sorry about my voice. I'm not sounding so clear because I'm having cold. Alright, so in my previous video I made mention that in this video I'm going to talk about SDLC and the methodologies. This channel is all about software testing. If you want to be a software testing or you want to have knowledge about software testing, this is the channel for you. This is the channel you want to watch. This is the channel you want to be glued to, because I'm going to be explaining everything related to software testing, manual software testing, on a very layman language that everybody would understand. There's nothing like I did not understand. And if you don't understand, you can always, drop a comment or drop a question in the comment section and I will be glad to answer you. Alright, so today we'll be talking about SDLC and the methodologies. Alright, SDLC. SDLC simply means Software Development Life Cycle. SDLC, Software Development Life Cycle. It means the stages the development of a software will go for it to be developed, from one stage to the other stage to the last stage. Then it goes like that because it is a cycle, so it will keep going on and on and on. Do we get? So they are just like stages the production of a software will go in order for it to be developed and delivered to the to the client. So it's just like a cycle. It goes round and round, round and round. SDLC goes round and round. Alright, so like I said earlier, SDLC, Software Development Life Cycle. Alright, so this software development life cycle consists of different stages in which the production would go. Alright, so I'll be starting with the first one, which is the requirements analysis. Requirements analysis, as the name implies, analyzing of requirements. You need to analyze requirements. And what is this requirement? They are specifications given to the development team. The development team are the people that want to develop the software, people in charge of developing the software. So this requirement is what their clients will give them. Okay, for instance, I am the client and I want to tell my developer, okay, let me cite an example using a house. For instance, I want to construct a house. What I will do is that I will get a contractor, and that contractor will be in charge of everything. He will be in charge of collecting the builder, collecting the surveyor, collecting everything. I don't want to know how he wants to go about it, but I am giving him, which is the contractor, my own requirements. And in that my requirement, I will not tell him that, Oga contractor, I want my house to have roof. I want my house to have 3 rooms. I want it to have a main gate. I want it to have a very small gate. I want it to have a very big parlor. Those are specifications. So what that contractor will do is that he will take those specifications or those my requirements and analyze them, then put them down in a formal documentation. And that's what requirement analysis is. So let us bring it back to software development. Now, I am the client. I will meet with my development manager or project manager. I will now tell him that, okay, Mr. Developer or Mr. Project Manager, I want my website. Okay, let's say I want to build an online shopping website. I will now tell him that, Mr. Developer, oh, my website, I want it to have a login page. I want it to have a logout page. I want my customers to be able to add to cart. I want my customers to be able to delete from cart. I want my customers to be able to proceed to checkout. I want my customers to be able to log out. I want my new customers to be able to register. Those specifications are what we call requirements. So now the developer will now analyze the requirements, in that taking those requirements into documentation and analyzing it word for word. Okay, the customer says he wants, okay, let's say the customer says she wants logout button. You will just sit down, as in would document it, a proper and a formal documentation. You will document it. Okay, the client says you want this. Okay, the client says you want a logout button. Okay, the customer says she wants a our client to be able to check out, to be able to proceed to check out, to be able to add to cart. Those things are called requirement analysis. Do we understand? So it's as simple as that. Requirements given by a client being analyzed by the development team. That's requirement analysis. And you want to be very, very precise and very specific to details. You want to take note of every little thing the client asks for. You don't want to remove anything. You can give in suggestion as the development manager. You want to give in suggestion, okay, why not do like this? You can always bring in your suggestion, but you want to take note of every requirement given to you by the client. So that's what the development team do. That's what they call requirement analysis. Oga contractor will build my house like this, so I want 4 rooms, I want 5 rooms, I want 10 rooms. Then the contractor will say, okay, no wahala ma. Then he will document it and analyze it and see how they can bring it to reality. That is called requirement analysis. So after requirement analysis, then we'll move on to planning. They've gotten all what the client wants in the software. They've gotten all the requirements the client wants in the software. They've gotten all the specifications the client wants in the software. Now it's time for them to plan. Now that planning entails them, is like a formal documentation on the objective of the software development, the scope, all the things that the website will be doing, all the functionalities the client requested for. Do you understand? They are going to document all that down. Then they are going to specify the duration of the development, how long it will take for the development to be for the software to be developed, how many people are going to be involved in the development of the software, how many testers, or what's the name of the tester, what's the name of the development team, what's the name of the people that will carry out the quality analysis. That planning is just like a proper documentation of everything that is going to go on in the development of that software. Do you understand? The time frame, the scheduling, the scope, the objective, the frameworks, the frameworks they are going to use to build the software, in fact all the instruments they are going to use to build the software. That is what is inside the planning. So it's just like planning a house too. The contractor, after getting all the requirements, he will now sit down with all his team and say, okay, why are we building this house? How does the customer want the house? How many rooms does the customer want? Who will be in charge of the bricklaying? Who will be in charge of the bricklaying? Who will be in charge of the roofing? Who will be in charge of the plumbing? So they will state all that down, state the time duration, state who will execute it, state the cost of the execution. That is just the same thing as software development. They are going to state everything regarding that software development, and that is planning, so they can have a very clear and concise headway about what they are doing. Do we get? And that is after planning. After they are done planning, they want to make sure that everything is in order. So after planning, they will now go ahead to designing. Just like the contractor, after planning with his team, those that will carry out the roofing, the plumbing. So they would employ an architect, and that architect will now give them the blueprint of how the house will be. Is it a duplex? Is it a bungalow? How it will be? How the rooms will be? Like all those architect drawing of a house exactly. That's how the designing part of the software will be. So they are going to design how it's going to be, the UI, the UX, the how each page of the software is going to be, what is going to be there. That's the UI and the UX, user interface and user design, or that's the user interface. So they are going to design all those specifications. They are going to bring them into reality, like a blueprint of it, like visible for you to see that, okay, this is where the logout button will be, this is where the login button will be, this is where the add to cart will be, this is when. So it's just like a blueprint.